Next up on member profiles, last but certainly not least, is Laura Hudson, and she is here with Ella Enterprises. And Ella Enterprises, some of you out there, you people that have been around a while may have heard of Beberg's Fifth Avenue, and Laura happens to be a Beberg originally. She is now a married young lady, but Laura is the daughter of Pete and Mary Jane Beberg. So, Ella Enterprises, tell us first off where it's located.
We are at 2115 Fifth Avenue in Anoka, right across from St. Stephen's Church.
And tell us about Ella Enterprises.
Well, it's actually a 3-generation business that we've had. My grandparents started it when my grandfather got in a really bad car accident and couldn't work in sales anymore. So they got connected with Shackley Corporation, and then my mom has got it passed down to her, and now I'm working in the business with my kids, and hopefully we'll just keep passing it down.
Now, I've heard you've been doing some corporate partnerships. What is it? How does it work?
Well, corporate partnerships actually started back with American Express when they partnered with the Lady Liberty Rebuild the Statue of Liberty project. And so what it is usually a portion of the proceeds of whatever that was, a portion of the charges would go towards that project to help fulfill the mission. So it's basically a big corporation partnering with a nonprofit to help them raise the funds to really promote their cause also.
Great. So how does a fundraising partnership with Shackley work?
Well, it's actually a really simple program. A nonprofit would find a Shackley independent distributor like Ella Enterprises, and the whole program is free to them. There is no contract on how long they have to be a part of it or how much volume they have to do or anything like that. They fill out a paper and it's sent into Shackley. Shackley verifies all the things like the tax ID, that they are a nonprofit. From there, Shackley gives them a free website that they can personalize with their mission and what their goals are and who they're helping and all that good stuff. And then they try to get it out to their supporters and to the general public at large, really, to use that site to buy products such as cleaners and nutrition supplements and, basic hygiene products. And instead of going to like a Target or a Walmart, and then they receive part of those funds back. They get at least 15% of every sale before tax and shipping. And it's really a pretty great thing. It's a lot like the Susan G. Komen Foundation working with Dannon. They ask you to buy Dannon instead of Yoplait. This is just the nonprofit asking you to shop here instead of shop where you normally shop. So, and Shackley sends them a check each month. They don't have to have an inventory. They don't have to keep any type of stock. The order goes through the website to Shackley directly. They collect all the payment and taxes, take care of all that for you, send the order right out to the customer. Customers can buy at retail or they can become a member and save 15% themselves, which is great. Again, with that, there's no volume that they have to do as a member or amount of purchases or anything like that. People could choose to support you once, choose to support you a couple times during the year, or choose to support you every month. It's really up to them. It's a great program. It's really simple.
Yeah, exactly. How much more simple can it be? Yeah. And let me tell you something from the nonprofit standpoint, and I know you guys out there that are involved in those groups, you're all hurting because if the economy's hurting and America's hurting, the giving just has a tendency to kind of pull back. I mean, it's understandable, but the reality is that the good work that those nonprofits are doing still needs to be done, and in fact, in many cases, even more so than before, and here's an opportunity to kind of help some of that stuff out. So who are some of the people you're working with?
Well, currently right now I'm working with Stepping Stone Homeless Shelter in Anoka, right on Ferry Street there, and they are the only homeless shelter in Anoka County. So they're really in need of some help, and every year they help at least 100, usually it's close to 150 clients. They give them basic, housing, food, some basic clothing, and then they have programs for them. And like most days they have to go out to either a volunteer job or to some type of internship that gives them skills and really builds their resume so that they can get back out into the work world and find that permanent housing that they need and reconnect with their family and be a better part of, the life that they once wanted and stuff. And part of that is as they go through the program, they get different things like bus passes to be able to go to these positions that they're holding and stuff. So we really want to make sure that we get the word out that their website is http://steppingstone, all one word, .myshackley.com. There's no www, it's just steppingstone.myshackley.com. And hopefully we can raise a lot of funds for them so that they can continue to do the good work that they do in Anoka County. It's really important.
Absolutely. And I know that some of you out there watching goes, I've heard of Shackley, and because who hasn't? But some of those people out there may be wondering, what is Shaklee? How is it different from other companies?
Well, Shaklee's different for one thing. It's been around for 50 years, well, actually over 50 now, and my family has been a part of it for about 48 years now. So we've never had a problem with it, never had an issue. Shaklee is a very different type of vitamin. There's my display. There's vitamins that are synthetic, so plastic, kind of like the toys. These don't have any enzymes, which are kind of like a seed. You need an enzyme to have life and to have that growth. They're usually man-made. There's no real viable nutrition in them because of that. They're usually very imbalanced. They can have side effects. They're full of harsh chemicals, fillers, different like artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, those kind of things. They are a stimulant, so they're very short term. They might give you that quick burst of energy, but they're not going to sustain you over a day of what you really need. And to be honest, many of them are coated with shellac, if you can believe that, which it's been proven that stomach acids have a really hard time breaking down, if they can even break it down. And so you're not even getting the man-made stuff that's inside of it. So, and these are the kind that you do find at like the Walmart and Target and stuff like that. Then you have the natural extracts, which are more like the health food variety store. They do have enzymes, but they're weak. And they usually use chemical or heat extraction, which can really distort the different vitamin in them that they're trying to get out. They still use the artificial flavors or the sweeteners. And our industry is not regulated by the FDA. So you can put natural on a label, but it may only be 15% natural.
Never knew that.
Yeah, there is nothing. And like you can say that there's 100% of your vitamin C daily needs in there. Well, one pill in that bottle might have 100%. One might have 20, one might have 80. There's no actual like standards that have to be met with that. They really can put anything on there. Shaklee has always done testing from raw material stage to end product. So you know and you are guaranteed that what we put on our label is really in there. Matter of fact, with our raw materials, we do over 84,000 tests alone on raw materials. Wow. And if they find an impurity in any part of the process, they stop it and they won't continue making that product until it's corrected. So that's really huge. They still have the binders and fillers and all that. And some of those can even still be coated with shellac, which is pretty amazing. When I found that out, I was like, wow, you really do get what you pay for in this industry, Sure. And then you have the whole food supplements, which is what Shaklee's like, a real lemon. And there's very strong enzymatic action in it. We use a cool non-chemical processing for all of our vitamins. It's the highest quality raw materials, like I said, over 84,000 tests. We're the only company that has a proven absorption through independent peer-reviewed clinical journals. We're the only company that can say in the health nutrition industry that we have published peer-reviewed journal. So that's pretty telling about our company, I think. It's always had just a great history and a great legacy of, working with nature and in harmony with nature. We have over 300 products in our different lines, everything from non-toxic biodegradable cleaners, which is one of our flagship products, Basic H, which most people know, through, like I said, whole food supplements and sports nutrition. We have a whole line of baby care, from vitamins to actual washes and things. We have a patented skincare line that is all non-toxic. And then we do have the shampoos and those kind of things, even down to toothpaste, if you can imagine.
Sure.
So we really have the full gamut of everything that people are looking for and that you really buy every day. So much like Susan G. Komen is asking you to buy there, we're asking you to support Stepping Stone in this case and get some products from them.
You bet. All right, Laura, so somebody out there, maybe they're thinking, you know what, I'm a part of a nonprofit group. I'm interested. How do they find out more about how they can get involved with you?
Well, you can go to lauraspartnership.myshaklee.com. I have a short clip of a video on there which will explain the program to you. It talks a little bit about Roger Barnett, who's our current CEO, and he's fabulous. He wants to actually win the Nobel Peace Prize as a company. So this is kind of one of his steps of being able to do that. And there's other information about why I work with nonprofits and why that's such a passion for me. Otherwise, you can call our office, which is 763-576-1391.
Great. Laura Hudson, Ella Enterprises. doing some great things, helping out some people. That's great. Thank you
Thanks,
so much
Pete.
for being on the show.
I appreciate it.
You bet. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this edition of the Chamber Report, so stay tuned.